We are going to present to you the title is The Impact of End Hunger, Achieve Food Security and Improve Nutrition and Promote Sustainable Agriculture in China. We have 5 members in our group as shown in this slide. Our presentation is divided into 4 parts. Let's go to the first one, Introduction. Over the past 20 years, the incidence of global hunger has almost halved, but today about 135 million people in 51 countries still face severe food insecurity. So food is the first thing people need. Therefore, zero hunger is one of the most important goals of SDG. Let's talk about the causes of food crisis, even if it's very complex. But conflict and climate change are the main culprits. Conflict accounts for 60% of the food crisis globally, affecting 74 million people in 80 countries. And climate disasters, mainly drought, are also the main factor in food crisis in 23 countries. The Director General of FAO said that the organization estimates that around 1/3 of food produced for human consumption globally is lost or wasted each year. So if we can reduce losses and waste to zero, the food savings could feed 2 billion more people. There are 5 ways to ensure national food security. The first, to promote nutrition and health. The second, to make black rice sustainable food. The third, to optimize ground food import. And the fourth, promote sustainable agriculture. The last one is regenerative agriculture. China has very successful story in hunger eradication because we can feed 1/5 of the world's population using less than 10% of the world's available land. One of the 2 secrets are the hybrid rice and the combination of agricultural machinery and agronomy. Let's go to the second part, literature review. The recent situation is that the amount of available land is decreasing year by year, and farmers moving to cities and giving up farming. So the only way is that we need to solve the problem. The only way is the scientific and technological progress to substantially increase the yield of ground growth per unit area. To this end, Yelongping's team is implementing 4 grain production projects. There are the first 16-ton rice breeding production per hectare of super high yield hybrid rice varieties. The second, the high yield project of planting 3, producing 4. And the third one is the high yield grain project of feeding 1 person in 3 areas, referred to as SANY project. The fourth one is super hybrid rice experimental field research in Hainan. These achievements of super hybrid rice have provided a strong technical support for China's grain increase and will make new contributions to ensuring China's food security. At the same time, Yelongping's team also conducted experiments on the effect of ridge planting mode on the growth and development process and the dynamics of seedling division in Hainan. The results show that there were differences between different combinations in different growth stages and the whole growth period, but there was no difference between different ridge planting modes in the same combination, indicating that the ridge planting modes had no effect on the growth and development process. At present, the global food security situation remains grim. And in 2017, the global have 1 person in every 9 people go hungry. So as a result of conflicts and climate disaster, the numbers of people facing severe hunger in the world increased by 15% last year, and the situation is getting worse. Some 32 million people are in need of emergency humanitarian assistance in northeastern Nigeria, Somalia, Yemen, and South Sudan, where the food crisis is most severe. So, as China has so many successful experience, it has the following countermeasures worth of reference. The first, China has made poverty reduction a national development priority. And second is the e-commerce connects farmers with the market. So China also provides assistance to other developing countries through bilateral or multilateral cooperation. Let's go to the third part, experimental method or methodology. So the first is the black rice. The research on the cooking and eating quality of black rice should be strengthened. And we need to make black rice stable food into reality. The second is agricultural technical. Efforts should be made to organize agricultural technical training, improve the quality of farmers, conduct technical education among farmers in various forms. Disseminate and spread applicable technologies, solve technical problems in farming for farmers, encourage farmers to go out to study in advanced and developing areas. And the third one is about money. So lack of funds is a prominent problem hindering the development of sustainable agriculture. To solve the shortage of funds, we should stick to the multi-pronged approach. First, make good use of national credit policy. Make good use of small credit loans of rural credit cooperatives. And the second is establishment of private risk fund. The third is government discount interest loan. And the last one, to attract investment. So let's go to the final part, the conclusion and future work. Most of the food losses occur in the post-harvest, harvest, transport, and storage stages, which are mainly related to poor infrastructure in developing countries. For most developed countries, waste in distribution and consumption is a problem that cannot be ignored. We already know many ways to reduce food losses, but we still need to increase investment in many areas, increasing especially in infrastructure such as roads and the cold chain, and strengthen the construction of market information. We also need to bridge the gap between what we know and the actual practices of farmers and other participants in the food chain. As long as we can do this, we will see good results. So as we said, China has very successful experience and story in the hunger eradication. So over the past 40 years of reform and opening up, more than 700 million people have been lifted out of poverty in China. China has set up an example in agricultural development and innovation and has accumulated rich experience and technologies that other developing countries can learn from. Derived by the initiative of One Belt and One Road, countries are expanding the production and trade of agricultural products, which is of great significance to solving the problem of global food security. Okay, this is the end of our presentation, and thank you for your attention. Thank you.